Hello and welcome back to Instant Success. Today we're bringing a brand new series. We're going to be talking to a person who apparently sells images online. So where did where does this come out of? Well, basically, I opened up my computer and I had a photo of a glass of milk. And I just posted it online and said, well, you can buy ownership of this glass of milk. And I said it's for $20 million. And a week later, someone bought it. That really made me a lot of fame. I was in the news in my area as the first person to sell something for an NFT, as it's called. Basically, I began to really make a lot of money off that. I printed it on t-shirts. I made a whole website about it. I made a thing where you could see me. You could pay to watch the video where I made where I took a picture of other things. I also sold another image of a glass of orange juice online for another 10 million. That one went down because I just said, let people have that, for a little less. So, can I ask you, how were you able to continue to make t-shirts afterwards? Well, because I own it though. But sure, no, you sold it. No, you see, what I sold was the right to say that you own it. Sorry, what? Basically, nobody else can say that they own it. But I am the owner. You know what I mean? Like, I have the actual rights of ownership. They're allowed to call themselves the owner. But I don't really see. So they're the only one who's able to have it? No. It's publicly available online. Sorry, so you're saying is you took an image, and did you take the image? Well, yes, I did, but my friend did, and he had his old computer, and the images were on that computer, and the guy was like, I just need time to delete the stuff, and he's like, give it to me now. And then he took the images from that, and he sold them for, I think he made like 50 million off it. So your friend, though, surely he would have been committing copyright infringement. Well, yes, technically, but so would it be the person who bought it. So you're telling me is that the person has no rights to it? No, they have no rights. No. Basically, what all they're allowed to do is sell the rights to say you're the owner, but you don't have any rights to do anything with it. So you're not allowed to make any money off it. Basically, like if you try and sell it in any way, like selling copies or anything like that. Well, no, you're not gonna. And so you don't own the image anymore, then? You don't own those images? No, I do. I've made a one where it's shaded called Dark Milk, and that sold for 3 million. And then I still do own it though. So how exactly did you manage to make a fortune over 50 million by selling images that people can't use, that are already available online, and that your friend doesn't even own? Like, his images he doesn't even own them. Well, basically it's very simple. People are willing to pay it, then I can sell to them. It's like physical goods. If you're willing to pay it, like, what do you mean with that? But the thing is, physical goods, they actually have a basic value. You know what I mean? Like, put it this way. Let's say I've got a designer t-shirt, right? The designer t-shirt is worth really very little. It's probably worth about, it's worth very little, but it's still worth something. It did cost money to make it. Probably only cost about maybe £6 to make, probably less. And then it's sold to you with a brand name on it for a couple of hundred or maybe a couple of thousand £1,000. And you're thinking, okay, Sure, I understand your aspect there, but the thing is, it still just costs money to make. And that's the point. People are willing to pay money full stop for goods because it actually means they don't have to, make something. But this is of no use because you're not allowed to wear it. You have to actually open up a computer. And it's not like you're the only one who has it because I can have it for free, And your friend is up for copyright infringement. And apparently so is everybody who buys it. Yeah, but But can I ask you this? What happens at the end of the day when someone comes along and says, well, I'd like to sell this. I bought this. I'd like to sell this because that's the only way I can get my money back. You know what I mean? Like, why would you pay $250,000 for something which you can't really have? Like, I'm not going to pay $250,000 for a JPEG image. It's not quality. I mean, no offense, but your glass of milk is like, the resolution on it is awful. Yeah. That one was it was taken on a very, very old camera. In fact, it was actually an accidental click. I didn't mean to take it. It's a bit blurry as well. Yeah, but that's my point. Like, at the end of the day, who wants that? Well, a couple of people would want that. Yeah, but no, people would only want that because you say it has value. But once that goes out of your hands, suddenly you're just going to go, well, no, I'm not going to pay that much. And so now the person may have paid 20 or 30 million quid for that is now stuck with a JPEG image. Unlike if I buy a Rembrandt or if I buy, a Van Gogh or something like that, then that's not the same thing. Because Van Gogh, well, yeah, no, the artist. There's rarity there because it's the original. But what's original about this? I can have multiple exact same originals, no change to them at all, of the internet. Yeah, but I made my money. But that's the issue, isn't it? At the end of the day, that the people who create these NFTs, as you call them, are the ones who are going to make the money. So if they're going to get into this, the attitude is not go buy, but instead go sell. But I would say it's a bit like a pyramid scheme. What? What are you talking about? Well, I mean this, that basically the only benefit of being in it is to basically feck others over. You need to feck others below you over. So you need to be the one who's selling, not the one who's buying. So there's not much point in buying something like this because, well, you'll lose all your money. And if you don't lose all your money, you're going to have to sell somebody else. You'll have to sell somebody else. The point is, you're passing away a time bomb. Now, of course, it costs you nothing. This is an old image, very little time, very little resources, boom. Someone buys it for 20 million, boom. You made a nice chunky 20 million. And that's the thing. At the end of the day, can you say that you making that 20 million is a very just thing? Because at the end of the day, someone is going to end up paying a hefty price for something, and then they're not going to be in a pretty big position, are they? You know that other one you sold before this? Yeah, I try to keep that a bit low. Yeah. The one where it was just a white thing. And you called it... what was it again? White. Oh yeah, that was it. You called it white. And you sold it for 10 grand. Someone is going to be the person who's going to lose 10 grand out of that. At the end of the day. That's the point. You're playing a game of pass the exploding bomb. The last person to have that, it's going to explode in their face. And the attitude will be there. Well, you just lost all that money. And that money could be, well, something very important. And that's the thing. You made your money, cost you nothing. So basically the message you're basically sending people is, don't be buying things here. Be the one who's selling. But be the one who's selling means that you'll be the one fecking others over and making life awful for people. So at the end of the day, I would say, well, Are you aware of this? Look, here's the thing. I made my money and I realized, this is a trend that is gonna, ride this trend, and I did. Yeah, but I'm asking you, do you feel regretful that you've caused such harm to so many people? Like, do you feel regretful that sometime in the future someone is going to have lost quite a bit of money from all your schemes? And do you think that possibly this means that this should be illegal? Because what you're doing here is selling something that has no value for money by convincing people it has value. Problem with that is you've been the one to convince them that. They will not be able to do that. See, here's the thing. If you tell someone, oh, I've got this white image, it's just white, buy it from me for 20 grand. No one's going to do it. Especially when you say, you actually don't own this image. You don't own it at all. And in practically no way do you own this image. All you're able to do is sell it. But you're not going to be selling any rights to the image. Just simply the right to call it yours. At the end of the day, that's not going to go down well, people, is it? So that's why I think you should be very wary. Because, sure, be wary of purchasing. But you might also say, this trend goes down, what is going to happen to all those people who buy those things from you? And what would happen to a buyer if they agreed to do a little documentary piece? And someone was to say, well, I think this man realized fully well that he was doing something wrong. And I think that, well, history dealt with. Look, I understand you might feel a bit annoyed that people may have lost their homes and, a lot of things because of me, but I don't really care, and, it's legal, so what are you gonna do? Well, this.